Hello, everybody, and welcome to the LD2L League Season 21 preseason. It's the Holladay 25 minis. This is last game of group stage in this particular matchup. Taking a look at Holladay, who is not here. Holladay1999 taking on K1ng, who is actually here, and in some group called CEO. And I don't know much about this game, except apparently my team was watching it after our match against Watkins, and apparently it's some kind of crazy matchup. Let's see how it goes.
Dire team back.
My team was, but I was not, in anticipation that I might have to record a video, which apparently it was smart because it got requested. Immediately ban out the Cryptic Oracle. K1ng shows he was not doing his homework by banning out a hero that Holladay plays who is not here right now.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, hey, in fairness, well, no, I mean, Midget would not be picking Coddle, not without a good reason. So, no, even his stand-in would not be doing that. They ban out the Earthshaker.
10 seconds remaining.
King target ban, there you go. Dark Willow going down. That's more of a targeted ban. More appropriate for who is actually replacing Holladay here. I don't know who that is picking for Holladay, but they have decided to get rid of the Cryptic Undying. They're really, once again, they're giving Cryptic a big broadside here. Feels like we've seen that pretty consistently in this tournament. If you've got a notable support player, they will have bans just tossed at them. Pretty wildly.
Dire team back.
No, Fat Man.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Apparently that one was personally directed towards Uncaring Stone. That's very sad. King bans inexplicably the techies in response, which has not been picked in this tournament, and I suspect will probably not be.
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
First pick, we've got the Jakiro. You could not get a more, I was going to say boring, but perhaps a more generous way to put it is you could not get a more standard first pick this tournament, perhaps. Jakiro, pretty good answer to most supports in the pool, has the big AoE stun, even if it's not a great one, has all the DOT. Going to win most support trades, is going to be able to tee up for a lot of heroes. Also kind of an annoying counter for a lot of heroes. Even if it's not necessarily a one-to-one counter pick, like even if it's not a shutdown, it's something that a lot of guys, Clockwork for example, don't really like playing against. So you just get rid of that guy by picking him. You don't have to ban him. You got a pretty good asset on any team. Never a bad thing to pick. The Zeus immediately, pretty interesting. I feel like that's likely a flex, but I feel like it's an awkward flex. Because it's like, Zeus as a support, if it's not a good lane, if it's not a good matchup for him, has really not very much value in that lane, right? This is not a big Zeus floor patch. Axe? One of Axe's last rise before he got nerfed into the dirt this patch. I mean, hey, maybe people will still pick him, but I have a feeling he's about to lose like half his damage, basically. A good combo at the very least. Zeus has a lot of ability to throw skills into the Axe Call that are very helpful towards him. In particular, once he gets his Zags, you know, you can just slap that right on top of the Axe Call, and that's pretty much always going to be a pretty good investment of your time. Or even better yet, use it to scout for an Axe Call. You drop it somewhere you think the guy is. If you find somebody, Axe blinks calls, they can't blink dagger out or anything. Not a bad combo. There's that. It will limit the, if it's the offlane, it will limit the issue I was talking about of Zeus occasionally being a pretty low value hero in the lane. Tusk, very annoying person for the axe to land against. One of the most annoying, really. Just a nice, convenient save and a mobility screw on a hero that hates to see both of those
10
things.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Ben coming out next. We'll have to time the ult to account for the axe culling blade, but
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
it's not a great looking Abaddon game
Radiant
thus
team
far.
picked.
That makes it a little better, I guess. That makes it a lot better, actually. You now really do have a lot of things where A, you can make the save for your teammates, and B, they've just got a lot of this damage that is going to be going all over the
10
place.
seconds
That you're going to be able to... You're going to basically be healing a fool every time you hit R. Between the Zeus ult,
5
the
seconds
Lich ult,
remaining.
the Arc Lightning. It's going to be happening pretty much by default. The
Dire
Axe Bend
team
sometimes, too.
Queen of pain.
That's a little harder to deal with, but at the very least you can get rid of her DOT pretty easily. Certainly looks like a strong Orchid game for the Dire. Strong silence game in any capacity.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So far, if any of those four heroes can't cast their spells, they're creeps. That's just as simple as it gets. You are definitely allowed to do like Bloodthorn on Abaddon. You won't win any awards for most conventional Abaddon build doing that, but you're most certainly allowed to do that, and it looks very strong this game. Being able to silence, say, the Quap and just start hounding on her. I'm gonna run out mostly reserve time with this pick, it seems.
Dire team ban.
Puck.
Radiant team ban.
It's a good mobility restriction against a team that really doesn't want that. Lich pretty well wants pretty free positioning, does not want blanket daggers interrupted, does not want to be stopped or held where he stands. Also doesn't like that silence, big nasty silence for him. Zeus, pretty much the same deal. As an ability that he basically cannot use if he gets, well, not in any effective way anyway, if he gets leashed by the puck. Very annoying for him. Axe, obviously, you know, it continues, doesn't want to be forced to stand still, does not want to have his blink dagger ruined. Quap very vulnerable to the silence. I was talking about what a big Orchid game this would be, and they did pick somebody with a built-in silence. That's pretty good. And nicely with the Tusk there, it's higher ass to build one-off items to deal with that. You know, things like Mantis Style, what have you. Pretty much going to need the BKB to fight effectively, especially as the Quap here. I don't think the Quap's going to be able to do that much before BKB comes out. It's going to be pretty dangerous, especially if Abaddon builds on her. Which so far isn't too unviable.
10 seconds remaining.
They also really lack CC. They pretty much have the Axe Call and the Lich
5
Gaze.
seconds remaining.
It isn't much. Fuck it, honestly, you know, considering the, funnily enough, considering the Axe Call goes through the BKB anyways, it's not like you can build around it, considering the Lich Gaze gets interrupted if he gets stunned. You can actually just get away with just like a Lotus this game as Puck, if you're good at diming it.
Radiant team pick.
That's interesting. So it's gonna be a puzzle and a Abaddon. Oh,
10
very
seconds
nice.
remaining.
I'm getting contacted about this broken replay.
5 seconds remaining.
Drow Ranger.
Choose your hero.
Okay, sorry about that. I had to deal with that. Did I cast your game already? I don't cast my own games. I already know how they turned out. They're not very interesting. So it is not, in fact, going to be Pazlon Abaddon, unless King is going Pazlon this game, I guess. It's going to be Pazlon Dawnbreaker, which is interesting. I suppose on the face of it, that matches up pretty well into the Drow Ranger. The Drow is going to be where this team is made or broken, where it rises and falls. If this team can play keep away from the Drow Ranger, she really screws up the Abaddon, has a good silence for like most of these other guys. If she can stay away, if she can stay at the maximum effective range, away from these guys. If that's not the case, it doesn't look good. If it's not the case, if the Drow cannot consistently stay away from these people. Okay.
Prepare for battle.
Who are you guys? Okay, so Holladay did make it. Holladay was not stood in for. He just got a weird pro name that isn't Holladay1999. That's Power. That's Lambert. Okay, so as it turns out, there's a stand-in just for Moonriver. And that's it. Okay. They just all have very misleading pro names that make you think they're somebody else. 5-man smoke by the King lineup here, looking for something happening at this bot rune spot, but they will find nobody home. Radiant is without smoke, moving on top. We'll find an equal number of people, actually.
30 seconds to battle.
Free Jiggy. Dude, that's the plot of Banjo-Kazooie. You got a free Jiggy. And then you gotta unfree it by just putting in the puzzle. This is such a what is this gimmick? Why are they sponsored by, like... whatever.
The battle begins.
I guess these are, like, clams of some sort? What's this team called again? Yeah. Some kind of clam, and I guess these are clams. Makes sense. Anyway. So with the confusing, I like cryptic over-blocking for the Radiant down here deliberately. With that established, Midget TP's in. Takes a free hammer to the nose. It's going to take quite a bit of damage here. The Ice Path walking in the DOT. They are going to be running Stonks P3 this game, so it's going to be Pazlon King. Hell yeah. Anyway, with that being said, the wave immediately pushes to the Dire off lane here, which is funny. It's time for everyone's favorite part of the cast, the roll call. So, on the Radiant, Pause 1 is not the Mighty Midget. Pause 1, you've got Lambert, I think. That is Lambert, right? Or is Lambert on? No, that's Power. Pause 1, you've got Power on the Drower. Let's see that happen. Power on the Drower. Jakiro may regret sending out that blood grenade. Abaddon tried to connect with him to get the aphotic save, didn't quite make it. Pause 2, you've got Lambert, sponsored by Vinegar, on the Queen of Pain. Pause 3, you've got Miyaki, MI3 AK1 on the axe. MI3, one of my favorite intelligence bureaus. Pause 4, Captain of the Team, Holladay1999 on the Zeus. And pause 5, you've got the Mighty Midget who wants to free Chicky on the Lich. On the other side of the coin for the Dire, pause 1, it's much easier names to guess. Pause 1, you've got King on the Abaddon, Count on the Team. Pause 2, you've got Uncaring Stone on the Puck. Pause 3, you've got Stonks about to die on the Drow Ranger, or not on the Drow Ranger, on the Dawnbreaker, died to the Drow Ranger, or actually the Lich, but either way. Pause 4, you've got Cryptuk on the Tusk, and pause 5, standing in for ransoms, you've got EpiPen on the Jakiro. And I don't know who this guy is, but standing in today. Kind of an appropriate name for a stand-in if you think about it. Thus far, this is mostly Radiance. Okay. Check out that happening. Thus far, this is mostly Radiance game. It is notable the Abaddon Aphotic Shield saved the last second. Holladay tries to kill himself on the Creep Camp, doesn't quite make it. As far as this is mostly Radiance game, they have the last hit advantage of most of their lanes, in particular Stonks, especially after that kill, is down 4 last hits compared to the Drought, only 3 minutes in the game, so he's down more than 1 last hit a minute already. The Puck is notably doing pretty good though, for the Dire. Puck is ahead of the Quap. Which, you know, not by a huge amount, but, you know, it stands out when it's the only time that's happening thus far. It's only 3 minutes into the game though, a lot can change. Very aggressive go here on the Drow Ranger. The last hit of the, the last hit of the Dawnbreaker smash actually lands anyway. Dawnbreaker looking very low, gets hypnotized by the Lich. He's going to eat the Lotus here. Tomato is going to applaud the Lich, who's going to die in response. Shoutouts to Tomato for that kill. Everybody here in the bot lane now very low.
Denied.
Though, of course, with the Dire's double melee comp and Drow Ranger being a ranged hero, hypothetically she'd have the advantage, but that snowball is off cooldown pretty soon, and that could be pretty dangerous. They're going to go for it here. Yep, they are going to succeed.
Interesting.
Power is going to call it interesting. Cryptic's going to ask if you're okay. Dunks is going to get blasted. And Abaddon is going to go down to the Zeus behind the tower, and he's going to get a double kill. Wow. Malax just pulls their wave and takes these creeps. Let's just see how this whole thing started, shall we? Zeus harasses the Jakiro most of the way out of lane, goes for the blind W, actually almost gets him. This is when the Drow Ranger dies.
Interesting.
And claims interest. Abaddon, okay, he's just letting his health get a little too low here. Almost looked like he was trying to bait out the lightning to try and dodge the aphotic shield, but that is a real son of a gun of a skill to try and dodge that way.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
And
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Radiant Glyphs for some reason. Okay, let's see this happening now, actually. Oh, Puck getting tower dove by the Quap. Quickly regrets her decision. And then claims to be bored in all chat. Twice! The only downside is that she then immediately had to use a Q because she rolled badly on a ranged creep, but you know, Still, Puck level 6, the mid disparity has actually gotten pretty bad from that kill. The
Radiant's
Puck
middle
is
tower
level
is
6,
under attack.
the Quap is barely level 5. What do you mean? I can't analyze anybody without somebody dying.
Radiant's middle tower
So,
is under attack.
Tusk is going to, just barely beat out the Lich under the tower. So the Lich is going to die first. Upside is that Drow gets a kill there. And this is certainly one of those situations where trading the supports is a win for the pause one. It usually is, and this is a great example of it. The pause 3 here, the Dawnbreaker, has used basically all their gas trying to get the situation to happen. The Drow Ranger was doing nothing to really throw in except, popping in to get a kill, so it has all of her resources still. So the pause 3 is sweating here, while Drow is full. Drow is so confident, she just casually walks over the Lotus instead of letting Lich take it for some reason. Puck DD immediately gets the ult on the Quap, who dies very quickly. Good rotation from Tuska. You know, I'm tired of going back, so let's just assume Tusk probably snowballed the Quap, stopping her from getting the DD and allowing that to happen. So it's the level advantage stays at about an even 1 at the end of the day. It was a good sequence of events for the Quap for a while. She was able to get back some of that heat she lost, but that kill, once again, they're an entire level apart. The last hit differential is 6. Axe up 12 last hits from the Abaddon. Abaddon not having a great time in this lane, which isn't too surprising.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Which is moving in here at top. I'm gonna get something done. That fact actually just terrifies these Dire guys who immediately run away thinking they're in a 2v3. They actually weren't, but who cares if that's what they thought was happening. As Lich solemnly returns back to lane. Axe makes a call on just the Jakiro. Ooh, nope, they are not able to stop the Axe TP.
Dire's middle tower is under
He doesn't have to go home, so it is a route. Still, is a pretty good rotation. Would have been super cool if they were able to get the Axe. Oh! Cryptic goes in deep here to get the Drow Ranger is rewarded for it by hitting 6 with the Walrus Punch, at which point he uppercuts the Mighty Midget to the moon. Quap finds him. Oh! Ho, ho! Wow.
Radiant's middle
That
tower is under
that
attack.
was close, baby. Dusk barely makes it out, asks if you're okay. Lambert responds by saying he's bored. That's a great minute for the Dire. Everything except Quap pulling ahead of the last hit in the last hits was good, and I doubt they care that much. It's a 2-for-1 trade. About 700 gold changes hands, about 600 XP. It's really, it's 3-for-1 if you want to count the Zeus from before that. Abaddon and Axe just run into each other in the midst of the jungle here. Though Axe is going all in on the armor here, he is not worried about Jakiro's damage at all. Has gotten himself 2 rings of protection of Vanguard, no bracer.
Dire's middle
This
tower
guy's gonna be
is under
tanky as
attack.
hell. This guy's gonna be in bot lane as hell. As they jump the Mighty Midget, he gets the Tusk on the call. That's probably not really what he wanted. The double stun from the Jakiro allows the Dawnbreaker ult to land directly on the Axe, but that's not very effective. That's not the high point of that particular skill. Nice shards cut off the Axe here and allow him to retreat. It's good that the Dire didn't spill anybody, but they didn't get anything really much for that either. They've got the Mighty Midget, they got the Lich, but that's, paused 5, and they used a lot of gas to get that done. They used most of the health mana of the offlane here. Let's good play. When I said to let the axe get out, I meant to keep the axe in jail and let the other members of the Dire get out. Either way. Good ice shards, good play from the Dire. I didn't get much for it though. It looked cool. I didn't get that much for it. More cohesive way to actually say the thoughts there. Okay. Trow once again just running away with this multi-shot though. Great set of great set of ice shards are going to prevent life from happening here. Oh no, the quappled on nothing. Good axe call. Good, really good Zeus ult, but man. Okay. Triple kill for Stonks. He wants to go for round 4. This is so dangerous. Oh man. Wow, ultra kill for the Dawnbreaker here. Drow coming in for the back. It's time to head for higher ground. That is all in all a 5 for 2 trade. That's a just shy of 2 grand gold swing. Just shy. Well, really, it's 1,500 XP change. Some crazy looking Blaze of the Dire, and Stonks is probably, yeah, have just made up for a really bad lane phase. Has pretty much just gotten to the top of the net worth chart just on that alone. And I mentioned at the top, 3 minutes in the game, I was talking about how, Radiant's had on most of the metrics. The Dire's only real shining spot is Puck. Now the Dire are ahead on all the metrics. The Pause ones are basically equal, but Puck and the Dawnbreaker both have about a grand over their respective counterparts. So it's a little funky. It's a little funky. Did Doughboy seriously just show up to my chat to grief and then leave? Jeez. Very, very determined Tusk here. Just tracking Quap deep into the back line.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Has a Blink Dagger. They thought Tusk dropped Vision there, funnily enough. He did not. Well,
Radiant's middle
they dropped
tower
some
is
Vision
under
here.
attack.
It's not going to last particularly. Puck has an Invis rune, is looking at this situation, wanting to do something on it. That looks pretty tantalizing, man. I don't think he wants to go when he sees no cores. Unfortunately for him, though, there are no cores anywhere near here. Zeus jumps out of the ice shards, though the barrage of skills from the Puck are going to take him out pretty quickly anyway. Axe tries to intervene in this, but decides against it. They find the Mighty Midget skulking around the Roche pit here. They actually look inside, thinking that somebody's hiding in there. No such luck. Stun plus Silence is going to take out the Queen of Pain, who is having a rough go of it. 1 and 4 right now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And she is also pretty bored, just to add to it. 1 and 4 lowest net worth for. This is not a great start. Kind of awkward for a hero like Quap, who really wants to get a lot of kills, preserve that early game momentum, and is thus far on the back from the early game.
Dire's bottom
I can
tower
change
is under attack.
somewhat quickly, but it does require things going in your favor a little bit. Oh, the patch. Oh hell yeah, the patch did mess up some of the creeps and what have you. So check out my Astral Spirit. Pretty cool. These guys have managed to get mega creeps here at 14 minutes. The Dire are not so lucky on that front, but hey, at the very least they have NPC Totem
Dire's
Building
middle
generic
tower is under attack.
on their side. You can't go wrong with
Radiant's
that.
bottom tower is under attack.
Some Harpy Stormcrafters got a little burnt and
Dire's
large.
top tower is under
We've
attack.
got we got my favorite combination,
Dire
tomato
are
and
scanning.
fell spirit, hanging out up here.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Kobold and
Dire are
Satyr
scanning.
Banishers. Citation needed. We got a Wild Wing Ripper and a Dark Troll Summoner. Hey, this is correct. We've got a Morta Revenant and a
Dire's
Blue
top
Observer
tower is
Ward,
under attack.
a Demonic Archer. Oh man. And of course, Mega Siege creeps and Dire's Ancient is just bumbling around the map. That's pretty good. That somehow has happened multiple times. Axe is getting a little flummoxed by the puck in this fight. Has been trying to get them in the, trying to get them, but no such luck thus far. A combination of the Zeus and Quabolts here do a lot of damage to the Dire, but their advantage already is so much, and King can just turn that around so quickly that in the end it's a 1,000 gold swing for them. Really just shy of 2,000 gold swing. 3
Radiant's
for none.
top tower is under attack.
Mega Flag Bear.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Not that just opens the secret shop. Oh, they found Zeus? This is an awkward little spot for him to be. And he goes down pretty quick as a result.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Thank you.
That's a tower.
Weak thing.
Bad guys healers? Hey, that was actually all true. And so is that. Knows what a statue at least should be. Dota teleporters, of course.
Alms for the dead.
Can you select the fountain? Yes, you can. You've got a Mega Siege creep on one side, and you've got a Mega Siege creep on the other. We've got several flying sentry wards being used by the Radiant.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
No, not their Mega Siege creep. Got the Kobold Foreman and the Centaur Courser. Boglet and Marsh Mage Apprentice. I think that's actually true. We've got the Warpine Raiders, you know, the pine cones. Fool Assassins Centaur Conqueror. Yep, very true. Oh, we missed a kill looking at this dumb stuff. That's a pretty big kill too. They find her out here in the GG jungle for the Radiant and just finish her in a flash. Goodbye. A strange time to hibernate. This is sadly bored Lambert again. Beamsgate, that's true. That is invariably true.
Dire's middle
Correct for
tower
both of
is
them.
under
This
attack.
is a Wind Waker tornado, famously wearing the Wind Waker tornado hat as well. Oh, you always gotta look. How about this? We got another Blue Obs, we got another Demonic Archer, so that's still the same. So there's Ancient Camp. True, we've got an Ancient Granite Golem and some Ice Shamans. So, Alara, since you are not going to know what the hell I'm talking about here, there's a major patch release between when this game happened and now, and as a result, a lot of weird random little things are broken, and so, you know, for example, let's just find a good one here. This is an Ogre Bruiser, this is a Shard! Oh. Go on the Lich here, and the Axe. Pretty good ult. The Dire Scramble, pretty good to deal with it. Though King kind of ruins it a little bit by just bringing the party back home. Doesn't matter too much. Oh no, his ult ended right as Quab hit her own. And he's going to go down as a result. Finally getting Quab a good kill, though she's not going to keep the momentum going long. Yeah, don't say that in chat, please. This is a Hill Troll Priest, as you can see. Down here, we of course have the Dark Troll Summoner. This is a building _ generic. This is Drow Ranger getting chased around by a whole bunch of guys in the Dire. They're going to get the job done. Axe with the Culling Blade gets the puck anyway. That's a really big kill. Be bigger if we got the Culling Blade, but whatever. Good enough. Shard or Shard? S-H-A-R-D. Ben comes in, uses the aphotic there. Thing is, sure, that is what Lich has got queued up. We're gonna find Jakiro here. Tusk is going to waste some of their time. Abaddon also are going to waste some of their time. They're not going to ultimately be able to make the save. They're going to get a kill on Zeus in response. Oh no, just barely is able to walk through that. Quap ulted Abaddon. That doesn't work. Really cool looking puck leash. The Dawnbreaker drops right on top of it, and Roche is like, get the hell out of here, Drow! Which is pretty good. You got ult from, oh no, not carrying stone. Okay, just barely managed to not get the Dawnbreaker killed, and gets the Drow Ranger, or no, gets the Zeus from downtown. So, I don't know why it's counting a Drow death as part of that, but 5 for 0, or 5 for 2. That's yes, you shouldn't say shark in chat. Thank you. That's over 1,000 golds. Net worth swing towards the Dire, about 2,500 of XP towards the Dire. I think that was counting the Drow kill at bot earlier as part of that, which is funny. X does have his Blink Dagger, looking for the Blade Mail. There you go, Laura. Looking for the Blade Mail. This Glimmer Cape, pretty good item here on the Jakiro. I mean, it's always, I don't think it's, don't say that. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and, yeah, we'll just forget that ever happened. Anyway, Dawn, as we saw in the last fight, has her Ags already, has her Shard already as well. Big fan of Aghanim on this Dawnbreaker here. It's basically just gotten Phase Boot, Soul Ring, and Ag stuff. Looking to throw a lot of utility out in these fights, and did see quite a bit of good use in that last one. But I'm trying to farm up with Radiance here, looking for a Manta style.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
There, yeah, I guess that's fine.
Radiant are scanning.
Axe-Blade Mail is now in, looking for BKB next, which isn't too surprising. He's going to basically need that. That World Lightning was good. I think he needed to do it a little faster,
Dire's
though.
middle tower is under attack.
The healing on the Tormentor is pretty intense. I don't think he gets any kills anyway, but, you know, you got when you hear that ding, hit R. That's all I'm saying.
Dire are scanning.
Anyway, Dire do the Tormentor, get the Shard on the Tuska, who's going to get the awkwardly long ice shards that can kind of be a pain in the ass for you if you aren't ready for it. So hopefully he's going to be down with those. No, Shard. Shard. Aghanim's Shard on Tusk. With a D. Got the Yasha on Abaddon already. Blade Mail coming out on the Dawnbreaker. Tusk looking for his own Ags. That Walrus kick is going to be pretty annoying for the Radiant this game. I was talking about one of the biggest deals for the Radiant this game is playing the keep away game with the Drow Ranger, and if Tusk is able to kick her out of position, that is a rough prospect for her. Currently Dire well in the lead here. They have a 10k net worth advantage, and in particular, a lot of the Radiant's advantage they have left is that the Zeus is pretty wealthy, and the Lich is more or less comparable to the Jakiro. Notably, the Tusk is doing better than the Quap right now. Tusk has more money than the Quap, which is not great. This is really, things are really not going well for the Quap thus far. Axe is going to jump on Puck and is actually going to get her instantly. 100 to 0 her in the span of one call. So that's a gigantic kill. Tusk is going to throw this guy under his tower, which is going to respawn with a shard and ult. Damage is still done though. The axe is still going to go down. Man's going to run in here to try and make some saves. Isn't really ultimately going to need to. Pop is going to come in and scream at everybody. Mighty Midget gets kicked back under Dire's T1 tower. The Tusk is not actually following this nonsense. Tusk is looking at this Zeus here, and they're gonna get him. They're gonna force him to TB out. Overall, 2-for-1 trade. I would imagine it's probably closer to parity than this, though. By the way, for those of you who aren't aware, this is Defense of the Ancients, this is Dire's Ancient. So if this goes down, the Radiant wins. Oh man. Congratulations to Holladay team. Cryptic carrying. He's doing a baller job. They got the puck again. But this time, the Tusk is going to be able to make the save. The Quap is going to be able to kill Tusk. That's still not going to put her ahead of Tusk, but hey, she's going to be able to kill her. A very good save by the Tusk there. The puck is absolutely screwed without that quick judgment call and the way he split up that fight. Padden pulling in the Mantis style, going for Blink Dagger next, just like the old days. Just like the old Curse of Avernus all over again.
Radiant's bottom
We can
tower
see,
is
we've
under
seen a
attack.
few times, Phrasma on the puck looking for Aghanim Scepter up next. Drow Ranger just has Dragonlance Mantis
Radiant
style, which
are
isn't
scanning.
nothing, but
Arms for the dead.
probably ain't exactly what she wants by this point. Well, they found the Lich in the jungle, and they've gotten rid of him. They were definitely looking for a more substantial gank than that, but whatever.
Dire are
It's not
scanning.
nothing, but I can't imagine the Dire's too happy about that. Dire scan out triangle. They're just desperate looking for somebody here. They might find Quap. They have found Quap. Ooh, nice. They're going to Walrus kick the Quap out of the puck ult, forcing her to snap on it. And that's going to do a huge load of damage. This could be true for all I know. I have no idea what these stupid things are called.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That ancient camp is called the These Guys camp. It's these
Are
guys.
fortified.
Very good combination of skills there. They did that very well on the Dire. Found Zeus. Zeus is gonna go down here. King, don't run to Tusk. Okay, there we go.
Dire's bottom tower
Zeus is just
under
gonna get
attack.
snapped out of this universe. Between
Radiant's
that and the
top
tower, it's about a
is
grand
falling.
gold swing towards most of the Dire. Axe is going to go on the back line and find himself this wisdom and then get away with it as well. Tusk is going to take the Radiance. This looks broken right now because this area changed in the patch. Don't worry too much about that. This is Eyes in the Forest, if you're wondering. You might have heard about that skill before. That's what it actually is. This is a bit of a crazy go, but it is going to actually shockingly work out here. Tusk is going under the T3s here to get rid of the Lich. Probably looking for somebody to kick out of the base, but... Dawn going for BKB next. Quap looking at S&K. S&K Ags looks like. This camp looks weird because this is another area that changed a little bit. Luckily, you know, it's not like one of those patches where the replays from the last one just become broken, which is always awesome.
So bored.
Lambert just won't stop being bored. This game is completely not entertaining for him
Radiant's
in any
middle
way.
tower is under attack.
Axe BKB looks done. Yep. So he's got that 9-second BKB for the next fight. He's
Radiant's middle
well,
tower is under attack.
he's he's building Dagon, allegedly.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
I don't know if I trust he's going to complete that, but he's building Dagon. Oh no, here comes Dire's Ancient again. How many Ancients must we destroy this game? Ags is nearly out on the puck. It's going to be Dream Coil auto attack. Tusk is still ahead of the Quab. That might not be lasting long though. Dawnbreaker gets a little too friendly with the folks in the bot lane, and we see that combination I was talking about putting the Zeus Aghanims on the Axe call. Axe is going to debut his 9-second BKB with an instant death. That's not great. Quab is going to scream at everybody, not get that much done. The Tusk is gone here. Puck is in pretty deep. We're going to get another kill here on Zeus as a result. Thus far, 2-3. I don't think either of these guys want to tank out the Drow Ranger at this point, though. Don't believe the lies. It's 2 for 3, and it's probably around a grand gold change, maybe a little south of that. Pretty big debut from the Puck of the Ags. Pretty tragic debut from the Axe of the
Radiant's bottom
BKB
tower
there.
is
That was
under
Axe's
attack.
9-second BKB, and to say the least, it didn't do anything for him. He just died anyway. Which is not really what you want to have happen with that 9-second BKB. You want to make a real power play with that 9-second BKB. So having it just not save you at all and you just get squashed like a tomato, that doesn't feel good. He really did buy the Dagon, huh? Well, he's got that. Don looking at the Roche, does not want to die again. As decided, that whole dying thing is pretty lame, actually. This is a pretty safe looking Roche. The Radiant doesn't have really any idea of it. They're gonna scan it out. The Radiant, rather, going to scan it out, but too little too late. They're going to put it on the Dawnbreaker as the Quap actually manages to get Ags, which is finally going to put her above the Tusk in the net worth ranking. Actually interrupted the SNK to build that. Madden has just very casually run into the Drow Ranger here. She is getting pretty roasted, but they run past her! They're playing with their food! As a result, they're going to lose the Tusk before anything else happens. They are going to get rid of the Drow in the end, but not going to be super great. Okay, it's going to be super great if this happens. Ooh, Dax dies with Mist Coil. Very sad for him. The Puck Ags there, just doing some really nasty work. Man, this is crazy. She gets the job done. Fly for 2, one of the 2 is the Dawnbreaker Aegis. That's a 4K net worth sling. Tusk is wondering if you're okay. That's a huge, huge play there. And has put Tusk back above the quad.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower.
You got a pretty good pushing lineup here. And got a missile for got a pretty good pushing lineup here. So these racks, which are actually racks, are going to go down pretty quick order. I like Dawnbreaker using the DOT to cut off the creeps there.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
The one set of racks goes down. I'm guessing this is probably a T3 and back situation. Yeah. Everybody tries to jump on the puck there as they exit the Radiant base, but no such luck. Nexus picked up Dagon 2. And picked up a kill on the Jakiro here. Might get this Dawnbreaker too, actually. Dawn miscued there, trying to rotate in on that. Was in fact going to be a 2v5 situation. As a result, about 3k net worth swings back to the Radiant, and Axe's Dagon gets larger still. Buck's got that DD, has no TP, but has that DD, has the Aghanim Shard to make the phase auto attack happen. Bring in a Maelstrom off of Courier. Presumably going to replace the magic wand. That's what I would do. Alternatively, you could keep it in your backpack. Just have it for show. It's the ultimate flex.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Tusk shows up to the mid T1 to try and defend it. Just gets caught in a sandwich of skills. Has Literal with a Spire on it, has the Axe Call. And they're actually going to trade a kill here with Puck in the Quap.
Dire's middle tower is under
And
attack.
Puck is tipping and all that, and that's great, but that's not a great sequence of events. Apparently Uncaring Stone forgot. What did Uncaring Stone forget? What happened here?
Dire's
jungling.
middle tower has fallen.
Flop runs in, finds the rune. Oh, forgot about the Blade Mail goes through the phase shift. Puck died while not on the map. Rest in
Dire's
peace.
middle tower is under attack.
Sad. Hero Axel, oh my god, look at this chat build. This reminds me of that patch where Storm Spear would just buy 6 of these and then just fall across the entire map. Axe has a haste rune here. He's going to use it to make sure the Abaddon doesn't get to him. Almost finished with that Dagon!
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Building up the Ags on the Lich, which isn't a bad idea. This team desperately needs more CC. Situation is bad for the Radiant still, no matter what's going on, but this is certainly not an unsalvageable game. I definitely, in the scaling contest, I would definitely put my money on the Drow over the Abaddon. And again, so long as she's able to stay away from these guys' hijinks, it's still always within range. That's a hard ask. Staying away from the Dawn, staying away from the Puck, staying away from the Ice Path, staying away from the Blink Abaddon and the Blink Tusk. There's a lot of, it's a lot of heavy lifting, and your team definitely has to be a big meat wall in front of you.
Dire are scanning.
But it's not a 0% possibility. It's not impossible that this is the case. It's difficult. Not impossible. He's been doing a good job causing chaos here. Oh, Wap jumps in on the Jakiro stun. What is going on here? Oh, Axe is going pretty deep in against the Dire. Tusk just keeps messing with this guy. Kicking him around, punching him around, making a real ragdoll out of poor Axe, who is going to go down. That's all that's really going to happen here, it seems. They flipped the tower. I haven't looked at super creeps yet, so we got a Flybear creep, we've got ranged creeps.
Has fallen.
There's the regular old range creeps. Boom coming out soon on the Abaddon. Upstreams the Abaddon, the Dawnbreaker, the Puck dodges it. 2 Sags is going to be kind of annoying for these guys, but not that big of a deal. Tusk with the
Radiant's top
but with a real manly goat there. Oh man. Wow, the Abaddon ult was basically perfect there. Very good ult.
I was not done.
Lich and Tusk both buy back here. Overall, 2 for 2. Buybacks, that's probably realistically going to be. Or it's really 3 for 2 because the axe died as well
So
earlier.
bored.
Realistically, on a pure money basis, is going to definitely favor the Radiant. But the die did take out the range racks up here. So there is definitely something there. Those are still siege creeps. That's a super melee creep. How about that? It's pretty accurate to what that is. Dusk is looking for the Pipe of Insight.
Bored.
Deal with the support's magic damage. Fortunately for him, the support line is going to be doing most of the magic damage. Right now, the Axe W is still physical, and the Quap ult is still pure. So all they're going to, but the they are spreading around screams of pain. So there is more magic now than there was before. Man, they drop a lot on the Tusk. What a greedy go! Put everything on the Tusk. They lose the axe. They're gonna get the Jack too, but they lose the. Okay, this is big if they can get it. They get the puck. Actually, get the puck, but they're gonna lose the Drow. That's not an equivalent exchange. They also buy back on the Queen of Pain.
Radiant's top barracks are under
3 for 4, 1 buyback thus far, and the Tusk didn't get dieback. Not a local silence, you're not actually able to do anything about the Quap there. I think she's gonna keep pursuing here. Quap's gonna still keep pursuing. Gonna Scream of Pain, the Dawnbreaker. And man, she's gonna regret that. Ooh. Yeah, okay, yeah. Man, she's gonna regret that. The Dawnbreaker is going to go down, but it does come at the cost of the dieback on the Quap. She's down for 112 seconds. Even if Abaddon can't really use this time effectively, and I doubt he's gonna be able to get that much done, that's pretty horrific. This is definitely the smart play here, just ignore the Zeus, let the illusions do the work. Oh, no, Zeus has put himself into a little bit of danger here. But he's out of mana, so support line is going to be able to cast him back. Zeus just barely scrapes out of that with just a bit of health. Oh man, actually if King had noticed this was happening, that probably would have been a pretty big deal, but you know how it goes. I'll be fair enough to say, I'm casting this, I didn't notice that happening either. Full Mjolnir on Puck now. Despite the buyback, the Tusk Pipe of Insight almost done. Quap starting up on Wind Waker here. Sighted against SNK, it seemingly. Ooh. Swift blink on the Abaddon. Somebody finds that funny. BKB down to 7 seconds on the Dawnbreaker. BKB down to 6 seconds on the Axe. BKB at 9 seconds on the Drow Ranger. She has a fresh BKB to use here. No BKB on the Quap.
Dire are scanning.
No BKB on the Puck. No BKB probably ever on the Puck. Oh man. Well, that would have been sick if the Quapple didn't miss. Still might be a little sick. I'm going to call on the whole patrol here to try and bail Puck out, but not looking like it's going to make it. Puck playing like she's got that, that's the 7 seconds down on the Dawnbreaker. Puck playing like she's got BKB here a little bit. Being a little crazy. But the Axe is in response, so you know it's all fair. The Axe is better reason to think he can do that. The Tusk is going to get completely run over here. The Batten and the Dawnbreaker going to town on the Quap. And very low here. He's got to definitely watch out because he's kind of in danger right now of the Axe ult. Not if the Drow Ranger is going to give him some health back though. The Dawnbreaker is going to get just knocked out here, and this is looking real bad. Manta dodge attempts on the silencers, that at least. But overall, that's a 5 for none trade. With over 9,000 gold and 22,000 XP just swung. Bringing this match, for the first time, pretty dangerously close to the middle here. Yeah, before that fight started, it was 101 to 84, so about a 15k advantage, and now it's a 6k advantage. There was a 3,000 XP differential. There actually still is. That didn't really change that much in the XP game. Drow Ranger moved up to 2nd place. Quap is, again, finally past the Tusk. Not ahead of her own Zeus, but, you know, it's something. It's progress. Looking at Roche here. Lich is just strictly patrolling the sidelines here just to make sure she can't do this. The support line alone is going to potentially get the Puck here, which would be a not case get, but no such luck. Instead, the support line is going to get the Axe. Ooh, that Blamey almost got the Puck killed. Couple of bounty runes for these guys to pick up. 2 for 2. The Dire actually wins that exchange, taking out the higher value core there. But the Radiant still gets the Aegis and a free path to this T2 tower here. But their wave is terrible, so they're not going to be able to take that anytime soon. House set for them. They're going to go for the SNK actually on the Queen of Pen. Drow Ranger going for just raw crits to try and finish the job here. Ben going for the Ags. So he's not even going to try and outscale the Drow damage-wise. He's just going to try and make it so that both he and his team survive a little bit better here. Probably the smart play, because you're not going to do that. You're not going to beat the Drow as far as that goes. AC coming up on the Dawnbreaker, which will equalize that a little bit more at least. They're looking at the Tormentor here. They can't do that. Oh man. It's terrifying, but the Tormentor does go down in the end. It's a good thing for these guys that Lambert decided not to check out the Tormentor area, because that was the freest kill on Puck of his life if he went for it. Instead, the Abaddon is just going to sit here in the middle of 5 guys, burgers and fries. Ooh, takes a load of damage before he finally ults, and when he ults, he doesn't get that much back for it, unfortunately for him. The Axe Call just gets rid of him in a flash. 2 for 1 so far. The rest of Dire is here, but I get this weird feeling I don't really want to be anymore. They just got Puck on the onside so easily. Like Cryptic going for the blow there on the axe to stop the BKB piercing call. Just wants to waste as much time here as he can. Okay, that was maybe not the shards he wanted though. Oh my god, it takes so long. The funny thing is, if he had gotten one more second, it would have been even longer because he would have been able to hit pipe again. But going for BKB, hard to disagree with that decision. You can definitely replace the power treads, and these stuns are brutal for her. These stuns and silences. She is starting to die in seconds every fight, which is really bad for this lineup. She is like where most of their damage comes from. Axe is going to go behind the lines here, looking for the hero. Is just going to find a lot of pain. He's going to go down real quick. Literal comes out to very little fanfare. The Tusk is able to get in with the aura. Oh man, Drow Ranger's Age is going to go down there. I think if they waited it out, they potentially could have had the second life, but doesn't matter. She's going to go down only getting the Jakiro anyway. That's a very, very big get at this point. It's kind of the rough thing for this team is that if the Tusk is alive, it's such a scary prospect to go uphill at any point. Gonna buy.
Not quite dead.
Kind of a weird time to buy, but he did buy. Pop is going to scream her frustrations about that random buyback at the local replay. AC is now up on the non-breaker, going for Strength Blink next. Griffless out on the Drow. What do you mean Arcane Blink on the Eggs? What is this? Guys building some crazy stuff here. Tusk is looking for Lich. Looking for Lich, he's going to sideline him here. The Drow is going to buy back. Going to cause dieback to Lich. Lich ult is going to come out, but it's going to get much done. Abaddon is actually going to just heal himself off of it. Tusk provides for the retreat, and Dire gets out of town. Very clean sweep of the racks there, and they are able to just get back there.
Illusion.
I wonder what it thinks the statues are. They have these very large icons for them on the video map. We cannot see what they're called because it just brings up the statue preview either way. Well, that sure showed Puck. Solution.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
This top range racks, or this top melee racks is such a pain for the Radiant. They just constantly have to keep managing it. Puck Octarine has been close to done for a while. Yeah, at this point, Puck's pretty close to being able to get the to finish off and still have buyback, which is what she's saving for, I believe. Tusk is going to pick up the Tusk is going to pick up the Gem of Truth side. Radiant is going to scan out. They're going to find Tusk passing through here, actually. Puck comes out at the very last second. Alright, it's definitely looking to get something done on the GG jungle here, but they don't find anybody right now. Radiant right now is mostly in their base of the triangle. They're trying to keep Roche secure. He ain't coming up anytime soon though. Tusk using the gem to get some dewarding in. Hero has the Greaves. 4-man smoke on the Dire. By the way, don't... I'm going to give everybody a free pro tip. Don't buy these anymore. Do not buy Greaves. Outside of, like, 2 heroes doing 1 build. Like, They really creamed them last match. Basically no reason to get them anymore.
Dire are scanning.
That's gonna find the axe here in the up here near the Wisdom Rune. The double Zeus axe is going to take out the Tusk basically immediately. Nearly get rid of the Dawnbreaker as well. Glitchhole with the shard is going to deal with the hero. Baden comes in trying to tank some of this damage. Gets really nothing for it. This is pretty risky actually, because Baden has like no health. Okay, no, he's gonna be fine. So both of the dire supports are gone here. Cryptic is going to show up in chat and tell Giraffe always. So you go for 2, that's a 3k gold swing, jeez. Those dire supports are gold pinatas, it feels like. This is the start, so you're gonna pause until next game. Okay. Ooh, there's been some feeding, it seems. Oh, you hate to see it. It's kind of this awkward situation where 2 people on Dire are having to really think about their buybacks, and thus their builds are very slow to
Radiant are
progress.
scanning.
It's been a very long time since either the Dawnbreaker Tusk or the Puck rather got an item. The Puck did finally get the Octarine here.
Are scanning.
He's just starting to
Dire's
work on the
courier
BKB.
has been killed.
Dick got his courier shot, which is pretty awkward. That had a gem on it. Put it back.
May the drow keep you safe.
Zeus is going to end up with Tusk's gem. And we'll kindly hold on to it. It's a very tense game. You know, the funny thing about this game is that this game is like a pure grief, basically. If Holladay wins, they would be on the board. If King wins, he cannot be on the board. So, if Holladay team won this match, or if the only stake that King has in this match is just to screw Holladay, that's it. I don't know if the people in this match are aware of that, but that's the way things have fallen here. The Dawnbreaker is finally going to actually cashing out here on the strength flank.
Radiant are scanning.
Puck is advocating for a big flanking maneuver here. In a way, it's going to be pretty justified as Bob has just shown up on this wave. Immediately, the puck comes out, the axe comes in to respond. It was fate. Dawnbreaker is going to distract Drow Ranger for a while. The distraction is all she's really capable of. Puck is going to die in a heartbeat here. She's going to buy back, come back in. I think she might have actually come back in on a ball that was in progress. They are going to get rid of the Quap here. It's 3 for 3, 1 buyback. Strength Blink now out on the Dawnbreaker, who can buy back. That wasn't really a win for the Dire per se. We can calculate. Okay, yeah, they already were not making money, and they also spent 2,000 bucks. It's really a 2K net worth swing towards the Radiant. They're now in the. Well, Swamp buys back to scream at the Abaddon illusion doing Roche. That's something. Refresher orb on the axe, so now he has the Dagon 5 refresher. With the quad buyback, they're looking to just do the Roche here. They're doing it very quickly. Hero's going to ult into it to try and make it look. Oh! Uncaring Stone takes the Aegis. He actually gets their kill on Roche too, so the Radiant get nothing for this. Well, crap. Crazy play by the puck. Somebody should clip that. Oh man. Well, that was, that had to be a pretty big, moment of sadness there for old Puck. Ben is going to use the Lich Hold to get back to full HP, and the Drow Ranger is quickly going to drop the hammer on him. He has her BKB up again, and her Shard up again, so the fight against the Dawnbreaker is going to go pretty much the same as it did the first time. Quap is in peril here, and this is a bad time for it too, as she's on buyback, so that's dieback on Quap. Mighty Ninja in shambles is going to get the ult out before he goes down, but isn't going to do much, and that's also dieback. You can see Axe has no buyback. Basically, the only person on Radiant with buyback is just a Drow at this point. They did take the Dire's Aegis, but that gold advantage is back to being crazy again for the Dire. Who are going to elect to ignore that little Rax in the top lane that's been there for so long and go for the oh! Axe hit the BKB late as Link Dagger got eaten by the Abad from Radiance as a result, and now he's going to get sent back into the Pain Train. Oh, they're going to get the Abad here. They're going to take out the Abad. That may give them another day. Buck is going to go for the Rax here. Going to get hit by the Drow multi-shot. Tusk is going a little crazy here. She's going to go down. They did take out the Drow. She's going to buy back, but she's the only one in town who's got one. Ben is going to buy back, but they don't actually have the outpost, so he's going to have to come back the hard way.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Drow Ags has just been completed, and not a second too late. And she's going to be promptly kicked right in front of the Dawnbreaker, and everybody is going to just demolish her. Holiday calls the G's, and we're going home.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire victory.
That was Dire pretty much in the driver's seat almost the whole match. There were a couple of these cool turnaround type plays by the Radiant. There was definitely always the opportunity for them to win the match. But I think the Quap just started off so far behind everybody in the world. And as a result, it's like it just took so long for them to even get a piece of leverage, for them to even get the chance to recover. And it was always so fragile. It was always, one bad death away from the end of the game, and that's basically what happened. Some very crazy plays by the Tusk, some very crazy plays by the Puck. King actually did a pretty good job there in the puzzle and Abaddon, I thought. I think the awkwardness of the, perhaps Lambert on mid here, he doesn't play that role all that much. Perhaps didn't do him great favors here, because Uncarrying Stone is definitely one of the top mids in the pool this season, and showed that off quite a lot. The King team definitely has some awkward aspects to it. Had some at the start, had some at the end, but they definitely have some strong players going to make some strong plays. And in a game that looked like this, where the name of the game was keep guys away from Drow, and everybody on King's team had some way to reach her, it was always going to be an uphill battle. I don't know about the Axe build though. I think maybe maybe a more conventional be tanky Axe build, be tanky and stack the armor debuff Axe build might have been better. You know how it goes. I'd say we'll see what happens next time, but we'll never see either of these teams again, actually.